Hayton, obviously, he was our captain last year. Even right day one from being a 16-year-old on our team, he's played on some great Soo Greyhound teams, and he's been a leader from day one on that side of it. And just with his skill set, that hockey IQ, obviously his draft status, going 5th overall to Arizona is going to give him, coming off a great year with us, a good opportunity to crack that lineup, and I think they're going to give him every chance to do that, and it's going to be, it's a competitive environment in the NHL, and I'm sure if he's ready to step in, he's going to be there, and we're there to support him, but he's also a player. If he, ends up making his way back to our league, we're biased, but obviously he's the best player in the league, and it's somebody that's going to change the dynamic in our room and throughout the league. So, yeah, Cole was always a big-time scorer through minor hockey, and obviously last year kind of coming off a 22-goal improvement from a 16-year-old campaign. He does the right things on and off the ice. He's not only, a leader for us because he's from the Soo, but he's got a lot of pride in the Soo Greyhounds program. He's watched it as he kind of grew up, and he's someone that, coming off a 5-goal campaign at 16, you could see the swagger in his game. He knew the opportunity that was going to be there for him, and he did everything to kind of jump into that opportunity. With practice habits usually tell a tale separating a good player from a great player, and Cole's always the one that wants to be working on his game and improving those little nuanced areas. Yeah, with Jaromir coming in mid-season last year, we had started him on the right wing. We had a couple elite centers in Morgan Frost and Barrett Hayton, and we just thought it was a great opportunity for him to get accustomed to the North American game and how we play, and we put a lot of pressure on our centers, how we support the puck, and to create a lot of offense and be a trustworthy player in all 200 feet of the rink, because I think when you're kind of trying to build your team down the middle, he's obviously a big part of that for us kind of moving into this season. Yeah, Jacob's kind of the latest in a late birthday defenseman that we've kind of brought along slowly in the early years, and I think sometimes when you're looking at defenseman, everybody wants to judge it initially how they step in the league, but obviously he's someone that's always had, elite mobility and skating, and I think when you see him, and he was rewarded after, 3 great years with us being a Montreal Canadiens draft pick last June, and he's someone that's ready to take a step on the offensive side of the puck as well. So, yeah, obviously we were really excited when we drafted Ryan 20th overall. He's someone that, you look at what a modern defenseman does, and that's in terms of, moving pucks, the offensive side of his game. He had the most points by defenseman as under 17 tournament when he was playing for Team Canada, and I think that's basically, his draft class, and I think it's not all about points with Ryan. He plays hard on the defensive side of it. He sticks up for his teammates, and he's got a real edge to his game on top of it. So adding in Prop with Taylor this year, we've watched Prop over the last few years. He's always had talent. But it's something that what's exciting for us is that he's come into our camp ready to build off a great playoff last year, and I thought that's where he really started to get some consistency in his game. But I think with us, we understand the culture in the Soo, we understand our philosophy, we understand what works for us, and expectation-wise, when you're seeing these players come in through our development camps, through training camps, it's not something we ever try and grade immediately. The core of young players is always going to depict what we do with our year, and we're extremely excited about the talent that's here, and as an organization, it's up to us to kind of evolve that talent, and it's always easy to, the big part of it, step one is always collecting that talent, and now about cultivating that talent, and I think it's something that when you see, a Rory Cairns, a Joe Carroll, a Tanner Dickinson who we've added, a Jacob Holmes, these are guys that we're very excited about, have had great exhibition seasons coming through, and it's about us, how fast can we get them up to our level, and how fast can we make them impact players, and not just the league, but for us as in the Soo Greyhound organization. So I think it's an exciting time. There's a lot of competition in camp, and it's something that, we're going to see where it goes from here, but it's something that I think, like every year we've always started in the Soo, it's not about kind of the names coming in, it's about, the Soo Greyhound name as a whole and what we can kind of build them as a team, and that starts with John Dean, Jamie Tardif, and Jordan Smith on the coaching side of it, and I give a lot of credit to the scouting staff that are able to find these guys later in the draft, because it's something that when we talk about having depth in, all 3 positions, it's crucial for us, and it's something that's going to, really, we're going to find out what kind of team we have this year because of it.